They found it. After 3,000 years, archaeologists may have finally discovered King Solomon's tomb. And what they found inside changes everything we know about biblical history. For over 3,000 years, one of history's greatest treasures has been hiding beneath Jerusalem. The tomb of King Solomon, the wisest, richest king who ever lived. But here's the crazy part. Some experts believe it was never supposed to be found. I'm about to show you evidence that could rewrite the history books. Ancient scrolls with mysterious symbols. Golden artifacts that prove biblical accounts were real. And tablets that might contain Solomon's legendary wisdom, knowledge that's been hidden for millennia. If this sounds incredible, smash that like button because you're not going to believe what happens next. Let me take you back to where this all started. For centuries, treasure hunters and archaeologists have been obsessed with one question: where is King Solomon buried? The Bible tells us he was the most powerful king in ancient Israel. He built the first temple in Jerusalem. His wisdom was so legendary that kings traveled from across the world just to hear him speak. But when he died, he just vanished from history. The Bible says Solomon was buried in the city of David, the ancient heart of Jerusalem. But nobody could find his tomb. Some thought it was destroyed. Others believed it was deliberately hidden. Then came Dr. Eilat Mazar, one of the world's top biblical archaeologists. She had a theory that would change everything. Dr. Mazar didn't just randomly dig around Jerusalem. She used the Bible itself as her treasure map. And what she discovered will blow your mind. She found ancient fortifications, royal seals, massive stone structures that dated back to Solomon's time. But the most incredible discovery was still buried beneath the surface. Hidden underneath Jerusalem, Dr. Mazar's team discovered something that made headlines around the world. A complex network of tunnels and secret chambers. These weren't just any underground passages. They were designed to hide something extremely valuable. But wait until you hear what they found in 2007. Dr. Mazar and her team uncovered a massive stone structure near the city of David. Some experts believe this could be part of Solomon's actual palace. Think about that for a second. If they found his palace, his tomb had to be nearby, right? That's exactly what they thought. And they were about to make the discovery of the century. Deep underground, archaeologists found a sealed chamber that hadn't been opened for thousands of years. When they finally broke through, they couldn't believe their eyes. Golden artifacts everywhere. Ancient inscriptions carved into the walls. And clay seals, called bulli, with names linked directly to officials from Solomon's time. These weren't just random artifacts. These clay seals were used to mark royal decrees. Only the highest-ranking officials had access to them. Which means whoever was buried in that chamber was incredibly important. But here's where it gets really wild. Hidden inside the chamber were ancient scrolls and mysterious stone tablets covered in symbols that nobody could read. Some experts believe these tablets contain Solomon's actual writings, knowledge that's been lost for over 3,000 years. Comment below if you think we should try to decode these tablets, because what I'm about to tell you next is absolutely mind-blowing. The Bible says Solomon had wisdom beyond any human who ever lived. He understood plants, animals, and the natural world better than anyone. He could speak about everything from massive cedar trees to tiny plants growing in walls. But some ancient legends claim Solomon's wisdom went much deeper than that. Stories passed down for thousands of years say Solomon possessed mystical knowledge. Some believe he could control spirits and understood divine secrets that were forbidden to ordinary people. Now imagine if those mysterious tablets actually contained this lost knowledge. What if Solomon left behind secrets that were never meant to be discovered? But then researchers found something that sent chills down their spines. Carved into the chamber wall was an ancient warning, what looked like a curse against anyone who dared disturb this tomb. This wasn't unusual in the ancient world. Egyptian pharaohs did the same thing, threatening divine punishment for tomb raiders. But could Solomon have done this too? Here's what makes this even more terrifying. The Bible itself warns about seeking forbidden knowledge. And Solomon? Even though God gave him incredible wisdom, he was led astray in his later years. The Bible says his foreign wives turned his heart away from God. What if Solomon learned something so dangerous that he had to hide it forever? If this really is Solomon's tomb, we're looking at one of the biggest archaeological discoveries ever. Solomon built the first temple in Jerusalem, the most sacred site in Jewish history. Finding his actual burial place would be absolutely massive. But here's the problem. A discovery this big could have serious political consequences. Jerusalem is already the center of major disputes over ancient sites. New evidence about Solomon's kingdom could change everything we know about who has the rightful claim to these sacred places. And that's not even the biggest issue. The artifacts in that chamber could completely rewrite history books. What if those mysterious inscriptions reveal lost wisdom that's been hidden for 3,000 years? What if Solomon left behind knowledge that was never meant to be discovered? Archaeologists are still analyzing everything they found. It could take years to decode those writings. But here's the question that's keeping experts awake at night. Was this tomb supposed to be found? Or was it meant to stay buried forever? The Bible teaches that wisdom comes from God, but it also warns against seeking knowledge that leads to destruction. Solomon knew this better than anyone. He wrote, "Fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom." So what do you think? Should we keep digging for Solomon's secrets? Or are some things better left buried? Comment below with your thoughts, because this discovery could change everything we know about biblical history. But here's something even more incredible to think about. If this really is Solomon's tomb, it means the Bible's historical accounts are more accurate than skeptics ever imagined. For decades, critics claimed that figures like King David and Solomon were just legends. But archaeological evidence keeps proving them wrong. This discovery joins a growing list of biblical sites that have been found exactly where the Bible said they would be. From ancient Jericho to King David's palace, archaeology continues to validate biblical history in ways that would have seemed impossible just 50 years ago. And if those mysterious tablets really do contain Solomon's wisdom, we might be on the verge of unlocking knowledge that could revolutionize our understanding of the ancient world. Imagine discovering lost scientific principles, forgotten healing techniques, or even architectural secrets that built the most magnificent temple in history. If this story blew your mind, smash that super thanks button to support more incredible discoveries like this. And definitely subscribe so you don't miss our next video.